So, good morning, comrades! Today is the 7th of March 2020, and as you know, at the Nürburgring, it is the very first day of TF. TF stands for Touristenfahrt Nürburgring, and I am about to do my first lap. And if you want to see the driving part only, skip to this section of the video. But before we're gonna go to the track, I would like to take this opportunity to talk you through basic rules of how to TF, how to do Touristenfahrt in the public sessions of the Nürburgring, and a couple of other things. So for example, let's start here. Here we have the Nürburgring Info Center, and this is the part of the Nürburgring complex that you will probably be led to if you're gonna put in GPS, like I want to go to the Nürburgring. You're gonna end up here, but this is not the track entrance. The track entrance is somewhere else. So you'll probably end up here and you're gonna ask the lady at the info center like, hey, where can I go for a lap? You have to go that way, and that's what we're going to do right now. So while I'm driving, let me explain you a couple of things. So how can you do attend Nürburgring public sessions? First of all, make sure to check out the calendar, because this is very important, because unlike popular belief, a lot of misconceptions, the track is, although it might be open every day, it's not open for public every day. So general rule of the thumb is that the public sessions during the week are open from 5:15 p.m. or 5:30, depends if there's an event happening before, until 7:30. During winter times it could be closing sooner because of the daylight. And during the weekend, unless there's a race happening again, it's open from 8 until again 7:30, depends on the times. Now, the cost of the lap, how much does it cost to do a lap? It's during the week, it's 25 euros, and during weekend it is 30 euros per lap. If you buy multiple laps in one go, you will get additional bonus points, so-called greenhouse credits, and the more you buy, the less you will have to pay. You have also an option to buy the yearly subscription, so-called Jahreskarte, which is 2,200 euros, and you can drive as much as you want. And so basically the break-even point is about 70 something laps, like close to 80 laps. If you're planning on doing roughly 80 laps in a year, then that's something you should go for. Usually people who have a JK, which is an abbreviation for Jahreskarte, they end up doing like 500, maybe sometimes some people even 1,000 plus laps per year. So then it's like, if you're thinking like, oh, 2,200 euros, that's quite expensive. Well, you will be spending a lot more money on your car, on fuel, on brakes, on brake pads, etc. Speaking of cars, you can drive the Nürburgring Nordschleife during public sessions with any car, as long as it's street legal, so registered for the street, so insured, etc., and that it is also street legal in Germany. And the most important, the appearance, the outside. You cannot have a massive wing, because then you will just be gonna be told off. You will not be able to enter the track. You're just gonna say like, no, you can dismount the wing. You cannot have seats with ears, because that restricts your visibility. You can also not wear Hans system, the Hans device, because that also restricts your visibility. But you can wear the hybrid Hans, so not the traditional one, but the hybrid Hans is okay. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, the hood locks. If you have a pin sticking out, you need to put some tape over it, and then it's okay. Otherwise, again, has to do with safety, because bikers are also allowed on the track and you might hurt them. Now, we have arrived at the track, at the TF entrance. You will be greeted by a marshal who is going to ask if you have a lap ticket. So make sure to buy your lap ticket before. And the lap ticket you can buy on the opposite side of the track entrance. I already have mine. So let's get it out. So I have here the yearly subscription tickets. There we go, the first lap of 2020. Very excited, very excited. The important thing to note is that, there you go, ticket against the scanner, and you can go. So on the left, there are 3 barriers, as you could have seen. The left and the middle barrier, these are meant for both left-hand drive and right-hand drive cars. So if you're from UK, for example, you can go to the left or middle barrier and scan the ticket and then go on the track. If you go completely to the right, it's gonna cause some awkwardness. But here we are. So first lap, as you can see, you have a speed bump here, so don't go too crazy. Don't go rush out, etc. Just like take it easy, especially in your very first lap. There is nothing to gain, nothing to prove. This track has been here for, like, this year is going to be 93 years old, and many people have well, they try to prove themselves and end up proving themselves a lot wrong. So again, the usage of the track, just like public road in Germany, it is public road here, just a public toll road. If you're slow, there's nothing wrong with that. You just stay on the right. So for example, right now there's a car behind me. Stay on the right side of the track, turn the indicator to the right to show them that you allow them to pass, and the car behind me also turns its indicator and it overtakes. That's it. Simple as that. You see, I'm currently doing like 70 kilometers an hour. Nothing wrong with that. You don't have to go crazy, you don't have to prove yourself, especially when it's wet. Just like take it easy in general. But a lot of people are getting discouraged by driving in the wet. They're like, oh no, if it's wet I'm not gonna drive. But again, as you can see, there's plenty of grip if you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, don't try to do anything special, significant, or to impress people again. Because in the wet the track is very, very slippery, because on the dry days you have the rubber being laid from the tires, and then in the wet this rubber is almost as ice, slippery as ice. Okay, well, let's talk about the track in general. So like I said, do not try to impress anyone, including yourself. Also, important safety rule, make sure that you don't have no loose objects in the car, because in case of an impact, this it's gonna end up being a projectile. Now what do we have here? I'm currently, because it's my first lap, I'm like looking what is what. I can see there's lots of new parts have been added to the track, like not tarmac wise, but for example like not surface changes, but there are a couple of new curbstones, so that's why I'm a bit distracted. But it's very good to be out here and just like having a cruisy, easy lap and having fun. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Fun on the Nürburgring. So you can see also there are lots of photographers trackside with wearing purple vests. This is new from this year on. You can be an official photographer for Race Tracker, and this allows you to take pictures, sell pictures. But what it means for you as a user, you can go to racetracker.de or .com. Here's their actual right website. Again, some traffic behind us, so we just stay on the right and let them through. And buy the picture of you driving on the track. So very convenient. It's just like a Disneyland. I mean, Nürburgring is basically Disneyland for grown-up people. So what else should I say? Wow, new curbstones makes me happy. I'm definitely gonna do another lap and go more in detail on what is what, etc. But as you can see, again, we're just doing cruising lap. Nothing special, especially because it's raining. I don't know the track conditions. I haven't been here since December already, so for 3 or 4 months. So no need to push to try to prove ourselves, and just enjoy and have fun, especially here on Charoudin, which has received a new tarmac since of last year. And there we go. So now we can see, I can show you how overtaking is being done. Again, just on the left side, make sure that there's plenty of space between you and another car. Do not try to do anything crazy or special. There are no prizes, no trophies. Local legend says that there is so-called TF trophy, a golden pineapple that you can win, but I wouldn't risk doing that, because there's lots of risk involved in doing. So especially here in Foxhole, don't try to do anything. I'm like staying off the curbstones in the wet. That's also a very important thing to do. And yeah, here we could be nice and safe, gentle overtaking. Especially, I don't know, forest watch out here, because it's a blind spot and a lot of people end up drifting out of the track. Whee! Boost! again, going back to the fact that some people say like, oh no, when it's wet I'm not gonna drive, but look at this, it's wet and there's no one out here, and I didn't have any time that I felt uncomfortable or unsafe. It's very nice, very fun. Sometimes it's good to be quiet and just enjoy the lap. Very slippery here, especially when you're on set of semi-slicks. The grip levels are still okay, because before last year they changed the tarmac, it was extremely slippery, but now you can go, of course with caution, but yeah, with moderate speed. Now another important thing, so this part we go all the way downhill, so the track goes downhill, and if you don't know the track you will end up braking a lot because it has lots of blind corners, and with a like basic car, so to say, with a non-track prepped car, you will probably end up burning your brakes, which is not good, not good. So that's why take it easy, don't accelerate over excessively if that's unnecessary, and have fun. Now here's an important bit. So you have here 90 sign, which indicates that it's a speed limit. Are there speed limits on the Nürburgring? Well, technically yes, because here they are, and they're in the part which is called Bridchen. And why? I will explain to you why right now. Because here is a second access point, so you can exit, get off the track, get in. So for example, I'm gonna now get off the track, so I'll put my indicator on, and if someone behind me is driving full speed, that's going to be very uncomfortable. So but now we can take nice entry point, and what happens here is that you have a parking lot here, and you can basically park up here, get an ice cream or something like that, and hang out as long as you don't exit through the barrier, and then you can go out again, which is basically what we're going to do now. So imagine that I just got an ice cream myself, and there is that. So then we go out again, same procedure for going out. Watch out for upcoming traffic, like on every public road. Seems to be safe, all good, perfect. There we go. Climbing up to the X-Mühle. You'll need lots of horsepower. Actually, from this part, this is the lowest section of the track, and from here on the track starts going uphill again after going downhill, and thereby if your car has less than 100 horsepower, then you will not be going faster than 100 kilometers. Oh! Almost hit a bird there. Nürburgring is dangerous, kids. Watch out. Yep, you can hit a bird. I know people who have hit a deer. It happens. So, approaching Bergwerk after Lauda Links, staying on the outside because that's where the grip is. Very slippery, this section of the track. So, but when you stay on the outside, even with semi-slicks in the wet, it's no problem. Very nice day today. Very nice day. It's good to be back. I kind of came unprepared because I was just so excited, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go and have fun and enjoy, and not gonna write any script or think of what am I going to say. Just go and do it. I mean, what else is better than this? Saturday morning, empty track for yourself. Perfect. Great start of the year. I mean, I know it's not January, but still. Yeah, we can feel the struggle of the car. Now here's the interesting part. This is so-called Startstrecke. You can see a gate in front of us, and in the past you could go actually straight there, but in the 50s there was a series like of deadly accidents because cars would be flipping backwards and people would die. So that's when Nürburgring decided we're gonna close it off. It's not gonna be a part of the track anymore, but it's nice when you go and walk. Oh, of course, the famous Carousel. Woo! proper way to take it. A lot of people ask like, hey, why don't they change it? Change these concrete bits. I mean, well, some things are just tradition and they should remain like that, right? We are at Ho 8, what people misconceptionally call it the highest point of the track, but it's not since 1984 anymore. T13 is the highest point, and from here the track starts going downhill again. It's kind of, it's good to have no traffic, but on the other hand it's also a bit sad not to have any traffic. That's why Nürburgring is great to share it with friends. I really had to take that curbstone for the photographer. I know in the beginning of the video I said do not show off, don't try to do anything, but sometimes the worst part of me takes over and then things happen. Let's avoid those things for today's video, huh? Bridchen, the famous YouTube corner. Also here, stay on the outside, especially with rear-wheel drive car, and all good. I had to do it, I'm sorry. Feels so good to be out here. Yeah, better watch out. Approaching almost the end of the lap. It's a sad thing, but the good thing is that you can continue going as long as the track's open. So, but I'm going to end it here. Not here, but like when the lap is finished. I know what some of the older audience is thinking. I'm gonna let you say that in the comments. Oh, this corner is also very fun. Remember last year VLN? But yeah, that's it. The last corner of the Nordschleife. Again, staying also on the outside for the wet line. And there we are. Important thing, stay on the right side. Let go of the accelerator like before the gantry already. Let the car roll out, cool down. Don't try to make a drag race here, because you will have to either come off the track or you will have to go through the barrier and finish and start another lap. So you will have to come to a stop, and if you've been going pretty fast, you want to cool down your brakes. So chill on the right side and then come off the track and get pancakes if it's before 11. We have time, we can go get pancakes, but that's going to be in another video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first lap, which was a mixture of some information and some blah blah and some quiet driving. So you can see that just like this lap, Nürburgring is very versatile. If you want to drive it, you can come here and do it. If you don't want to drive it, there are plenty of taxis available that you can take and make sure to go with an official taxi, because of all the legal reasons, because you have the best cars, best drivers, also insured, you know who you're getting in with the car, etc. But that's a topic for another video. When you come off the track, you have the options to go straight for another lap or go right, and you have to stay right. This is basically a one-way street, and then you can go left here for the exit, or park up here for Devil's Diner and get, like I said, pancakes, which is I'm going to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you at the Nürburgring this year. Bye.